Okay, so I'm at Cross Industries. Chaz messaged me yesterday and said he had a brand new 1154 Gator Trax in here that we need to take a look at, and I've never seen a center console one, so we're going to take it on the water here in a minute and do an on the water test, but I thought we'd walk around and show you what we got here. So it's a 1754. Now you were explaining to me that that was just a 17 foot
It's
hull.
17 foot on the bottom of the hull, right?
Okay.
So that when they talk about their measurements, they're talking about the bottom of the hull.
Okay.
So the bottom of the hull is 17 feet long, 54 inches wide. Per the Coast Guard and everything else, it is in fact a 17 foot or 19 foot boat.
Okay.
Right? It's 73 inches wide on the beam on top of it.
Okay.
Right? So I mean, you're gaining almost 20 inches from that 54 up to
Right.
that 73. It's a great little boat. The way it's set up is for the shallowest fishing you can think of. Seriously.
Right.
So battery trays for the trolling motor and everything else up front.
Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick.
Yep. Now we don't have a trolling motor on there yet. I'm gonna let whoever chooses to buy this choose his own, and that's simply because everybody has their own preference.
Oh, absolutely. But this compartment is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, we got two Group 31s in there now, and there's hardly any of that compartment used up. You can stuff all kinds of crap in there, and they will.
Yeah.
So that's the front one, and it's got a pedestal mount here on the top of that deck. And then this is the everything compartment, it looks like. This will be tackle and cooler, you name it, you can put it in here. That's another huge compartment.
And one thing to be cognizant of, so those rivets you see, is it actually attached to the linear chines on this thing.
Okay.
So that's not down at the bottom of the boat.
So the deck is floating then,
yeah.
Almost.
Yep. So all the chines are linear going down the entire hull. And you can see it if you look inside that one.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's touching the bottom of the hull.
Okay.
Right? And he does it linear like that because if you hit something, because he's expecting you
to run over something.
To take this in the roughest places ever. And
right.
You ever watch Keith Pochet?
I've seen him kicking rooster tails.
Oh,
doing,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's in a 1754.
Right.
HD. So one of the things that Keith has on the front of his that this one doesn't, he has a built-in winch in the front.
So he can get out and winch himself off of sandbars?
Yeah. Everything you can think of in Louisiana, he's got it. So, I mean, if it's good enough for Louisiana, it's definitely good enough for here in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got another, this is a rod locker or whatever. Imagine you could get 8-footers in there, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
And they do have a beefed up trolling motor mount here, which is pretty nice. I mean, you're looking at, ooh, that's at least 1/4 inch aluminum, probably thicker than that.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavy duty. It's not quite half, but it's heavy duty. We got built-in nav lights on the side, so you got nothing up here in the way.
Here, I'll kick those on for you real
Yep,
quick.
right.
One of the things I like, speaking of nav lights and whatnot,
I saw that. Yeah, the pole light
already built in. You don't have to take up room in one of your compartments for it.
And it's just on a.
It's just on a ram mount.
Oh yeah, sweet. And then you just fold it down.
Yep.
Out of the way. And snap it in place. And it goes nowhere. That's awesome.
And it's LED, so it's gonna last forever anyway.
Absolutely.
So.
Looks like you got 2 step coolers here. I think they're the same on both sides.
Well, these aren't coolers. This is just day box storage.
Just day box. Okay.
Right. This one's a cooler.
Okay.
Right. And that one.
The other side is the live well.
Yep.
And then you have this monster compartment here in the back. Oh. With what looks like a 30-gallon fuel tank.
27.
That's a 27-gallon fuel tank.
Yes, sir.
And a cranking battery on the other side, and then you can see the live well pump in the corner over there. And you got fuel pumps here back behind the fuel tank.
Now, one of the things I like is this spring thing. As you can see, none of us are touching it.
Right.
The spring's holding it up.
Yeah, that's pretty tricky. I wasn't fond of that the first time I put my hands on it, but now I like it. Again, another pedestal seat mount here in the back for your co-angler. Built-in cup holders, like it. You're not destroying those. The center console is pretty sweet too.
Yeah.
It's got a grab rail already on it. Imagine you could put a T-top on it if you really wanted one, or or a windscreen. You could probably pretty easily adapt for that.
Yeah, the cool part about these boats is they're very customizable, right? Even building this out, I had to go line by line and build this particular boat out. So I chose things that if I were to take a 17-foot boat or 19-foot boat out in Florida and go fishing in some of the most austere places, and I'm thinking Everglades, right?
Yeah.
And I have a big, bass cat, and I can't tell you how many times I lost in the Everglades because guys had a boat exactly like this, or smaller, and they were able to get back on the flats when I was never able to.
Absolutely. Plus, there's a lot of lime rock, because I was in the Everglades 2 weeks ago with my buddy who's got a Strike Series and Captain Lou, and there's a lot of rocks and boulders, and you punch a hole in this boat, and it's not that big a deal. It's you patch it up with a MIG welder, and you're ready to go again, if you can punch a hole in it.
I would be shocked if somebody punched a hole in this.
Yeah, you'd really have to try to punch a hole in this one, I think.
We have good 9/10 aluminum.
Okay.
So it's the thicker aluminum.
So it's powered with a Mercury Pro XS 115, it looks like.
It is.
And then you got it on a galvanized custom trailer, which is perfect for Florida.
Yep.
So we're going to take it for a spin. You guys stick around with us and we'll show you how she performs on the water.
Is to see if that made a difference. Hey, Captain.
Well, here we go. See what she's got.
That seat's got a slide on it right here.
Slide? That's perfect for me, though. That's crazy. So, I don't know if you guys saw that. Running wide open, dumped it to neutral. Boat stayed flat, and the wake didn't even chase us on the boat. There's a big step back here. You've seen it in the other part of the video, but this thing rides great. No feeling of the chop in your feet. We were doing donuts out there like teenagers, and it's a little bit sprayy on the outside edges of the gunnel here. I had my knee out here. I got a little wet.
Yeah.
But this boat feels rock solid. It does not feel like a little boat at all.
No, it's deceiving how big it feels on the water.
And this 115 is more power than you need. But the boat's still empty. I mean, you probably could still use 100 pounds or so on the bow.
Yeah.
By the time you put a big trolling motor out there and fill that compartment full of crap, you put 400 pounds of gear in here like every fisherman must have in his boat, then it'll probably ride even smoother, but.
Yeah, so with no weight up front, it's built to have weight up front. You'll notice that the compartments are bigger towards the front. The idea on that is it sits flatter on the water.
Right.
And it's hard to see from being inside the boat or described as like people on camera or whatever. But you can tell how flat we're sitting on the water.
Yeah. I mean, you guys we're gonna take off again, but just watch the rise. We're gonna go from dead stop to pretty flat and just take off and no bow rise at all. This is truly a flat running boat. Just crazy. I've crawled around in Keith Crochet's boat in Tulsa, the Strike series, but this is the first time I've been on the water in a smaller one. Like I said, my buddy's got a Strike down in Miami, but this
is something else.
And what, 45-ish, like it is?
Yeah.
So 45,000 unrigged, you get to pick it and rig it the way you want, but
you can make that as expensive or as inexpensive as you
wow,
want.
yeah, it would be $100 grand before I got out of here if I started adding all my costs to it. But this is a solid boat. So if you guys are looking for something to run around in the bay or run around in small water, this boat probably would handle a rough day on Kissimmee. It wouldn't be a lot of fun. You'd be wet, but it would handle it. You wouldn't be in any danger. So
right.
Anyway, that is the Gator Trax 1754. She's sitting here at Cross, all painted up, ready to go home with you. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time.